Get called a pick me, I already know, but I don't care. Why is it that modern feminism just promotes this idea that absolutely nothing is a woman's fault ever? Even in her own life, her own choice. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's men. It's all men. Not all men are horrible. Not all women are good. But you can be good and you can make good choices. I don't know. I just feel like sitting here and telling women that nothing is their fault it's not helping anyone. It's just not. And I know there's people that are going to sit there and go, that's not what's happening. Is that what's happening with every single person in the world? No. I'm not addressing every single woman in the world. I'm addressing the ones who think this way because there are women who think this way.
Let me give my reaction.
There you go. There you go.
Hey guys, hey, I love when I see women calling out other women on their bullshit because it's amazing. Because I'm telling you, in Christianity, I can't tell you how many times I dealt with it was never the woman's fault. I don't care what it is. If the house burned down because she forgot to look at the cooking thing, it's the man's fault. Mm-hmm. Everything just come back on the man. And so especially with this modern stuff, always blaming the guys, man. And like you said, we have to have a false balance is not good. We have to have a good balance. You know, a man being in his role, woman being in her role. But this,
if I could speak on what you push here on the community elder, you're always constantly reminding the brothers whenever we hear pastor get on the women, automatically consider yourself because we are a wife to the Most High. So when it's addressing the women and their role and them being in submission and their chaste conversation, we should consider ourselves because we're in that same role as a wife to Yeshua. So
absolutely,
that creates a balance right there.
And I tell we have a lot of single brothers, and I hope they're not single for too long. But we do have a lot of single brothers, in at least in this community that I'm heading up. And you know what I tell them? I say, guys, I know, hey, your time will come. And there are a lot of young brothers, and we got some old brothers too, but we got a lot more younger brothers. And I tell them, guys, this is the time to learn how to be a very good bride. Mm-hmm. Do what you told, continue being an asset to this community. When your time comes, you're going to be able to teach your woman how to be a bride. Why? Because you knew how to be a bride first. And so if you are having a hard time being submitted to those who rule over you, if you're murmuring and complaining and all these different things, guess what? You're not going to, your future woman's going to be doing the same thing to you.
Exactly the same thing.
So learn that because you're going to have to help her to overcome. I know, we talk about polygyny in this community, in our ministry. And it's so interesting, just the thought of polygyny for a lot of people, like, well, you're a man, you don't understand what it's like to have to share. I'm like, oh. I played football. I was not just one player. I had 53 other players that I had to contend with. And just in my position alone, you may have dealt with 3 or 4 just in my position alone. And so I understand what it's like to work together for the common good of one. But sometimes it may not be you're the starter. You may be the backup player because you're not good enough. But because the player that's in front of you and you want that position, he makes you even be a better player. So one day you can be the starter. Or you could be the starter and you have somebody behind you trying to get that position. And because he wants the position, he's making me even stay sharp in my skills and do the things I need to do so I can keep the position. But at the end of the day, if I do well, we all do well. If he do well, we all do well. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to freaking go kill him or beat him up, and you have to work out envy, jealousy. You have to work through all these emotions. Oh yeah. A man understand what that's like, but the difference between a polygynous relationship and being on a football team, when they cut you or they bring somebody, they're coming here to replace you. In a polygynous family, you're not bringing a woman to be bringing another woman to replace her. You're bringing her to add to the family.
That's it. Exactly.
So that's the beauty. Women don't have to worry about that. If you're in good standing, you never lose your position. You will always your situation is secure as long as you are honoring and obedient to that husband. Anyway,
and that was reaction time with Elder Kabir.